Well, it looks like hell is frozen over. Pigs have flown. Chickens have swam. Um, what else you want to say? What other sayings are there? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. But CM Punk is officially back in the WWE. And I think we should talk about it right after this. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Stephen Ramon. You are here on WrestleHolics YouTube channel. But before the show used to be called Top Rope Commentary, we are currently in the midst of a rebrand, trying to make things better, more, give it a little bit more flavor. We're doing some different things with the channel, so just stick with me, and I promise it's going to pay off. But now, here's the new name of the show, which is going to be Hardcore Wrestling Commentary, HWC. Branding, logos, all that's coming soon, but we need to talk about that. Right now, we're talking about CM Punk and his triumphant return to the WWE at SummerSlam 2023. So, yes, CM Punk is back. At the time of this is Monday, November 27th, roughly 7:28 Eastern Standard Time PM. So Monday Night Raw has not came on the air yet, so I'm shooting this video before. So by the time you see this, Monday Night Raw would have already aired and we would have seen what we needed to see. Now, here's the thing. With CM Punk back in the WWE, it means a lot of things. First and foremost, let me just be completely honest. I am not a CM Punk fan by no stretch of the imagination. I will not sit here and say that CM Punk is a trash wrestler. I understand his contributions that he has made to the professional wrestling industry. I understand what he has done in companies such as Ring of Honor, WWE, even what he did in AEW, okay? And as a wrestling fan in general, I can respect and appreciate that. However, the thing about CM Punk that turns me off is definitely the behind the stage or behind the scenes gimmicks and things of that nature. The character flaws for me. I guess that would be a better way to say it. However, taking all of that and putting it out of the way, putting all bias aside, I think CM Punk coming back to WWE from a business standpoint is a smart move. I think it's going to have some great implications on the business operations of WWE. First and foremost, I think WWE fans should be thanking Tony Khan for this, because had it not been for Tony Khan convincing CM Punk to come out of retirement, this moment probably would have never happened. So, which leads me to I guess you could say one of many points about CM Punk's return to WWE. What does this mean for AEW? Because now you've had Brian Pillman Jr., Jade Cargill, Cody Rhodes, now CM Punk. So there seems to be a trend of now the reverse. Because remember, when AEW first started, we had a lot of guys that was coming from WWE going to AEW, and that was the big buzz. That is what we were all talking about. Now that trend seems to be on the reverse, except some of the guys that AEW was signing from WWE were not as established as some of the guys that AEW has let go of, or that left AEW to return to WWE. I think the biggest example of that will probably be Jade Cargill. Cody Rhodes was pretty established. CM Punk, is CM Punk. So Brian Pillman Jr., I'm going to say that he was established in AEW. Now, if you're familiar with work of his outside of this, then that's fine. Me personally, I'm not. But that's point number one. So what does this mean for AEW? I think you're probably going to hear a lot of people, a lot of naysayers, a lot of doomsdayers that are going to be talking about AEW is on the decline. I don't necessarily believe that. I think that we're so used to what happened in the Monday Night Wars era with WWE and WCW that we're automatically assuming it's going to be a repeat. I don't think that it will be a repeat, because keep in mind, Impact Wrestling has managed to survive. Okay, if that company has not went out of business in all of this time, what makes you think that AEW is going anywhere anytime soon? They're not, and quite honestly, they don't need to, because AEW has really lit a fire under WWE, which as a whole has caused us as wrestling fans to benefit in general. Number two, CM Punk in WWE. let's talk about feuds, matchups, rivalries. Now, we all saw the clip after the Survivor Series with Seth Rollins having to be held back. Some say it's a work, some say it's legit. It's more than likely a work. Even what happened with Drew McIntyre, people are saying that's legit. I really don't know. That could be Drew selling the character more. Maybe this is more character arc development for Drew, or more of a solicitation for him to join the Judgment Day. Who knows? Either which way it go. I think the main thing is we're probably going to end up getting Seth versus CM Punk in this first major feud. Here's my problem. What Seth versus CM Punk, what does that mean for the legacy of Seth Rollins? Because let's just take a look at his last two big major feuds with guys that came. Well, his last feud was someone that came from AEW, Cody Rhodes. He lost it flat out, clean sweep, 0-3. Out of 3 matches, he lost all 3. Okay, so presumably, if you have brought back CM Punk, if you brought him back, you put him in a feud with Seth Rollins, do you take the championship off Seth and put it on CM Punk? I don't know. We're probably gonna have to let it play out. Personally, I'm not for it. I'm just not. If you're gonna, okay, so personally, I'm not for it, but I just thought about it. It does make sense for one reason and one reason alone. If you're really trying to establish some type of validity to the World Heavyweight Championship, having someone like CM Punk, as much as I hate to admit this, having him hold that championship does do that. Okay, CM Punk does have one of the, he still has a 434-day reign as the WWE champion. Okay, so the man got some credentials. All right, game changer, heat magnet, merch seller, needle mover, whatever. All right, now Seth versus CM Punk. Again, I'm not crazy about it. It makes sense. I'm good with it. Because you're definitely not going to do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. That I don't see that happening. Although I think it would be very, very interesting, because then it would give us another similar dynamic of a Paul Heyman predicament situation. Now, if you were to do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, it's a couple of different ways you can go with that. You could possibly have Paul Heyman betray Roman Reigns with CM Punk. I'm not going to say that you have CM Punk be Roman Reigns. And if anyone says that, I don't know what to tell you. Obviously, it's going to be Cody Rhodes, as much as I would personally like for it to be Seth Rollins. That's another video, another topic, another day, another place. But CM Punk, Seth Rollins, it makes sense. So I can see from a business standpoint, from a booking standpoint, where you would put the title on CM Punk. Again, as a fan, I'm not for it. Don't really like it. But from a wrestling standpoint, from a booking standpoint, I can get it and I can understand it. The question is, how does Damian Priest factor in with the Money in the Bank briefcase? That's one. And two, who are you going to have CM Punk put over to drop the belt to? Because it's gonna be obvious. Whoever beats CM Punk is gonna be on some status of a made man type deal in WWE. The same thing that they're working for Roman Reigns. Now, point 3, the main thing. This is why I get worried at as a fan, is how is this going to affect the locker room? Now, common sense me says that CM Punk has probably learned his lesson from AEW, so we really shouldn't have anything to worry about. Again, that's common sense me. Now, common sense is not always common virtue. Good old saying that I learned in the Marine Corps. However, I do think that the money is probably going to be a motivating factor. And this is something that I heard from Ango. Shout out to the Ango show. CM Punk's legacy is on the line here. Ango broke it down really good when he mentioned that how things ended in AEW was not the way that CM Punk wanted things to end for his legacy and his career. And that is something I actually agree with wholeheartedly, and I think it's 100% right and correct. So him coming back to WWE is definitely a legacy boost. So I don't foresee there being any issues with CM Punk backstage like there were in AEW. And if you're an AEW fan, you may get pissed off with what I'm about to say, but primarily WWE is actually ran and conducted like a business, where Tony Khan tends to run AEW like more so he doesn't. He tends to let the wrestlers and the talent do what they want. Hence the reason why you've heard so much drama coming out of the AEW locker room and the news, tabloids, rumors, whatever you want to call them. You heard about this kind of stuff back in the day with WWE, WCW, all wrestling companies, but I think with AEW it's just more prevalent, probably because of social media and how social media magnifies everything to a different level. Rumors, dirt sheets, everything. So that's the pretty big main differences between how those two locker rooms are ran and the potential of drama. Now, do I think you're gonna have guys calling and taking shots in the media and on social media? Yeah, this is gonna happen. We already saw with Riddle. I think it's been some other guys that have said it. That's gonna happen. You can't stop that kind of stuff. My main thing is just if CM Punk can finish out his run, his tenure with WWE without being toxic CM Punk, I'm good. I'm absolutely good. I'm good. Now, and that's all I ask for as a fan. Triple H said it best. Like, long story short, if you want to make money, come make money. It's about the wrestling, it's about the storytelling, and most importantly, it's about the fans. So you still have a huge fan base that loves CM Punk. Huge fan base. This guy has probably been one of the only consistent wrestlers I can think of that has not been with a company, but still has had arenas take the show over sometimes by chanting his name, and he wasn't even there. Like, I can't tell you how many clips that we've seen of wrestlers trying to cut promos and having CM Punk chants when they can't finish their promos. So the guy's definitely popular. He's definitely over. You know, the crowd loves him. There's a segment that loves him. There's a segment that hates him. I'm in the segment that really doesn't care. But I gotta be unbiased and I gotta be fair and neutral, clean cut, straight down the middle. So CM Punk is back in WWE. Let's see what happens on the Monday Night Raw. Hey, long story short, I think you guys are rocking with me. Again, stay tuned, stay patient. We're on the verge of doing some major things here at the channel. Some major rebranding coming soon. We're in the works of it. So just stay tuned. If you like this video, if you like what you heard, like what you saw, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend. It helps me out in the algorithm, and let everybody know about WrestleHolics Media here on YouTube. You've been watching Hardcore Wrestling Commentary with Stephen Ramon here on WrestleHolics. Kicking up till next time. Deuces.